Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. You finally, after a lot of weeks of trying to gather content, I'm finally able to say that phrase. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, without much further ado, guys, I don't want this video to be a very long one. It's something that I just want to talk about, something happening around us because, as you know, we are Africans that are living in Russia, and there's been a lot of I don't know if to say geopolitical news happening of late, especially with regards to the Trump election. So that's just what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about how, we all know that US and Russia have a lot of tension between them, especially with the last tenure. But now that Trump has been elected, a lot of us are hoping that stuff would change. So I just really want to review that and see how where that leaves us as Africans that are in Russia and how it relates to Ukraine and whatever, all of that stuff. I'm not trying to get a ban talking about political stuff, so YouTube, I beg. Hopping right into it, the first thing I would like to speak about is the sanctions. We know what happened. Was it 2 years ago? How many years now? I don't know when the war started, right? Uh, Obviously, Russia attacked Ukraine. The West decided to rain down a whole lot of sanctions on us, which was crazy because for us that are foreigners living here in Russia, I usually want to always say, most of these political things are not a concern to us, but they affect us because, a lot of businesses left Russia, even simple things like KFC changed franchises. KFC became Rustics, McDonald's became Vkusnaya Tochka, and all of the rest of it, right? Instagram, my biggest platform, stopped working. YouTube, that I was managing, got you couldn't access it without VPN. It got demonetized. You couldn't make money off YouTube. So these are some of the stuff that were just affecting us as social media people and Africans here, like in Russia. Trump's relationship with Putin, right? We all know Trump has been campaigning a lot, like even months before the election, right? I'm not a political person, so I wasn't really following up, right? But every time you go on, the news channels, you see Trump's campaigning hard, right? In the past, we've if there's any relationship that we can say between the United States and Russia, it's Trump because in my opinion, again, all of these things that I'm saying are just my own opinion, but in my opinion, there's no president of the United States that has had more or better relationship with Russia than Trump, right? Even after he wasn't elected anymore. So obviously, with that regards, after he won, everybody here, I mean, we or me, right, were looking ahead like, okay, what's going to happen? These people are bodies. Are they going to somehow work together to alleviate the sanctions? Is this going to lead to the end of the war in Ukraine, with all the relationships with NATO and whatever? So, in my opinion, I think most of us are thinking the same thing in the sense that, right, it's logical, right? Trump and Putin are buddies. Russia and US haven't always been that quite getting along. But now that Trump is in power, it's logical to think or to expect that things are going to soften down in terms of number one, sanctions. Now, people are saying, the war, right? What's going to happen? Trump has said a lot of times, like, yo, the first day I get into office, I'm just going to make a phone call and the war is going to be over, blah, 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 blah. Yes, but at this point, I say all we can do is hope because they're politicians. Politicians say a lot of stuff. I'm not saying that they cap, but they say a lot of stuff. So for me, until we see workings, yeah, we don't really know what we can say about that. But I believe like things are supposed to turn around in the positive direction, right? Just with that logical thing, like okay, you know, Trump has a good relationship with Putin, and then hopefully somehow the sanctions are going to be eased, inshallah, right? One thing I want to touch on is the use of VPN and social media. Guys, when sanctions started, I remember was they started banning a lot of things. I think YouTube was one of the last to go. TikTok went first, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. TikTok went, we needed VPNs for TikTok. That time I remember because it was the time when I wanted to really start doubling down on my TikTok, but you know, VPN became needed. I lost motivation on that. I was just focused on Instagram because Instagram also needed VPN, right? We couldn't do no paid ads, and you know, for someone like me who is a marketer, right? We make use of paid ads like advertisements on things like Instagram, Facebook, and the rest of it. So that we took a hit on that. Things got difficult. Even normally you wake up, you want to make content, and you don't need VPN. It's easier now. You need VPN. It's even fucks with your motivation a little bit because you're like, I need to first connect to this. Now they started even blocking VPNs. Can you imagine? Right now I'm using a paid VPN, so only the Lord knows how all of that is going to, affect all of this stuff. So we really hope that all of that is going to change. Like I said, with Trump's entry into office, right? I think a day after the election, like after things were announced that Trump won, I don't know how many of you people are following this cryptocurrency trend or Web 3.0, whatever. I used to like do a little bit truth investments, have some Bitcoin, have some Ethereum. But guys, Bitcoin was, I'll put it on the screen. I don't really know the price, but it was around 60 something, I think at the time. And now I think it's reached an all-time high of, was it like maybe 89 or something like that, bro? Like it has never happened because I feel like, Trump's administration is, a bit easy. Like Trump, to me, is first a businessman than a politician. This dude is going to first do what works for him. And, I feel his administration is more open to this kind of stuff. And talking about even Elon Musk, his like what he has to do with the whole campaign. Elon Musk has been like a major player in this whole stuff, right? On Twitter, the day of the election, I think Musk even changed. If you went on Twitter and you click a like, you would see the whole election thingy. So Musk has been a major player in this, and everyone knows Musk's affiliations with like Web 3.0, the crypto market, and all of this stuff. So I see the connections there, and for now, right, the surge was huge. People made some money, right? I even know a few, a couple of friends of mine that were, excited about it. But we cannot predict like what's going to happen in the future still. But it's fair to say like crypto is going to be a bit more welcome, even more than it was before, like more accepted, like globally speaking, because love it or hate it, US is still one of the leading countries in terms of countries that have strength. Even like forgetting whatever BRICS them are doing right now, right? Like US is still one of the big nations of the world, right? Another thing I want to talk about is how this stuff has really affected foreigners here, or how I think it's going to affect, right? Again, I think it's going to be a bit positive in the sense that when the sanctions hit, businesses, even this are stuff that people might not even consider. There are small businesses here. I mean, for Africans, I don't really know about the rest of the demographic, but foreigners here, right? People used to import stuff. People used to import goods. And that became a bit hard, even to get some things over like sanctions and stuff. Even tourism or people like getting into the country, right? It just paints this image like, okay, Russia is the big bad wolf and all of this stuff. And our parents kept calling us like, yo, are you safe? We're seeing on the news that they're bombing the streets, people cannot walk, you guys are starving, you cannot eat. Man, Shaving a there, so I'm here making a freaking YouTube video in my house. Like, you can hear the sound bombs or whatever. So it's safe relatively for now. I don't know what's gonna happen later because I even saw I planned to shoot this video like last week, and before that, before now, between then last week and now, I heard some stuff about Biden authorizing whatever nuclear weapons. So who knows how that's going to pan out? But I think, from my own point of view, there's not going to be a World War III or something like that, or a nuclear war, because that means like total annihilation, and obviously nobody wants that. So I feel like things are going to quiet down in general, and things are going to, be up for the good. In conclusion, what I'm going to say is, tell me if there are things that you think I haven't like touched about. I touched about the way it affects us, like with social media, because me, I'm a social media person. Most of my businesses, I organize events, I do like promotions. I'm a marketer, right? So the way it affected me is the whole VPN and social media stuff. There are people that have small businesses, like I said, even just the general outlook, right? Even for people that are trying to even apply to for jobs, or remote jobs, or master's degree programs from here, it gets harder, because once they're like, oh, from Russia, this, that, then it's like sketchy and stuff. But things are going to get better. I think that's my general conclusion of the whole thing. Yeah, man. I'm excited for Trump winning. I wasn't supporting anybody. I'm not a big political person, but I feel like, yeah, Trump's win could bring some positive change, even if it's slow, even if it's not immediate. I think, yeah, in the long run, stuff are going to get better. Please, I hope the sanctions are going to be lifted. I hope we don't have to be using VPNs for stuff in the nearest future. And yeah, man, let's see, what happens. Guys, thank you for tuning in. I just felt like I had to say something about it, like, because we're here, and we got to show people that we're not dying, and what we think. But you guys, let me know in the comment section, like, if you're an African that has been in Russia, or you're just someone staying in Russia, or if you're even a Russian. Подскажите, то, что вы думаете в комментарии, ребята. I'm only like happy to hear your thoughts and your opinions. And guys, in the next video, I promise to maybe make a proper intro for the channel. Let's stay updated. Let's stay posted. Like, subscribe, drop a comment, guys. Share the channel. And I can't believe this is it's only the third video, and I'm still begging you guys to get to 100 subs. Please, man. There are some features that I cannot even use on YouTube because I'm not at 100 subs. So I beg. Catch you guys in the next one, I think. Shogazi out. Boom.